We're switching things up this season. Last time we did all cribs tours. This time we're gonna do wherever they wanna take us. So we're here in Denver, Colorado with Derek Wolfe, the Super Bowl champion defensive end. He's gonna take us through his off-season workout training, and I'm gonna ask him some fun questions. So let's head inside and see what he's doing. Sweating and you did like one little warm up. He's like drenched.
I know, that's what happens here in the altitude. You get.
Oh, do you think you have an advantage because of the altitude? I know in hockey they have to take short shifts.
Yeah, it's a huge advantage, huge.
So is that why you won the Super Bowl?
I wouldn't say that's why we won the Super Bowl. No, I think that, I know that when I go to sea level and play, you notice that like the first quarter you're like, well, I can breathe, but then you don't really care anymore. It's the same thing when you come back. At first, it bothers you, but once you get used to it really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to win you a game. You know, it's just an
I
advantage.
was convinced you guys won the Super Bowl because of the advantage.
Oh, because you're a Patriots fan probably, right?
No, I'm not. I'm an Eagles fan.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Oh yeah, it's Sunday night, baby. It's time to go. I've been ready. I've been waiting for this all week.
Speaking of your body, so you work out 6 days a week. You're doing a super intense workout. What's your diet like? Because I can imagine you have to eat an absurd amount of calories to stay big.
Yeah.
And to be able to work out and burn calories.
Yeah, well, you know, I burn 3,000 calories at rest. So if I'm not doing anything during the day, I'm going to burn 3,000 calories.
How do I do that?
That's just, it's because I'm like the size that I am and how much weight that I carry.
Yeah.
And, you know, I try to carry as much lean mass as I can. But, you know, I'm pounding like, on a day that I'm not doing anything, I have to eat at least 4,000 calories. So on a day that I train, I got to double that, so almost 8,000 calories.
Hey, we got to eat today. Let's go. We got to eat today.
How easy is it to accidentally take PEDs in football?
You could take a cough syrup and fail a drug test.
Yeah, because we filmed with Will Greer last year, and like 2 days after it came out that, and I don't think he was even aware that it was a banned substance.
Yeah, I had, like my suspension, I had no clue.
Yeah.
I had no clue. I was literally taking something I thought was just gonna help regulate my help like keep me healthy. That's it. I didn't think it was gonna do anything to make me better. But there's so much stuff on a list that if you don't, and they have crazy names. So if you're not like,
if you don't know, it could be
if
the
you're not a
generic
pharmacist,
version
you don't know what you're doing. You know.
That sucks.
Hogs on three. 1, 2, 3. I thought it was supposed to be cold. It ain't even cold.
So what kind of music do you like to listen to when you're working out?
I usually listen to rap.
Yeah.
Like Future, stuff like that.
I love Future.
Yeah, me too. That's my favorite right now. So.
Yeah. Do you like Russell Wilson?
I mean, he's a quarterback. I don't really like quarterbacks in general. So.
Who's your favorite quarterback to tackle?
Tom Brady. Duh.
Brady drops the throw, three-man pressure. Brady steps away and can't pull away completely, and that is Derek Wolfe.
I'm not I just don't like quarterbacks in general, and I have a lot of respect for him. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I like competing against the best, so I just have to. In my mind, I have to hate you. Sorry. You know?
So you hate Tom Brady because he is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So there you go, Pats fans. He's giving him some respect.
Derek Wolfe got a free shot that time at Brandon Bolden.
Okay, so what do you think about while you're working out to motivate? Because, like, for example, when I'm doing Barry's boot camp and I'm on the treadmill, I'm imagining all the guys I've dated, like, you know, the ones I really liked, like watching me while I'm on the treadmill, like, can't stop, gotta impress them, you know?
Yeah, see, I think about, like, you know, I come from a pretty tough background. I don't know if you've read anything about my background.
So you were adopted?
I wasn't really adopted. They just kind of took me in at, like, I was like 18 when they took me in.
Okay.
You know, I lived with a family in high school, but leading up to then, you know, my mom had her problems. I didn't know my real dad. She doesn't even know who my dad is. You know, my stepdad was a little abusive, and things just weren't easy. So I think about that kind of stuff, and that's been my motivation my whole life. So every workout, the more I think about it, the harder I work. So
Sunday night football, that's what we do here in Denver. I don't care if it's rain, snow, sleet, it don't matter, we win games. Woo! Hell yeah, baby!
Who are your best friends on the team?
Vaughn's probably my closest friend on the team. We've been friends since day one, since I got here. Malik was a good friend of mine. He's gone now. Brandon Marshall, TJ, Talib, Chris Harris. I'm close with all those guys. Mm-hmm. So, we're all really good friends.
So you took, in your words, a significant haircut to stay. You signed an extension. You're going to stay with Denver. Why Denver?
Why wouldn't you want to be a part of the number one defense? For me, it's important that we operate as a team and that we're good. So it's not fun when you go out there and you suck. You want to go out there and play good. So when you got a good group of guys, you try to do everything you can to stay together. And I'm glad that we're all staying together. That's
great. Now, Peyton Manning, obviously not coming back. What was your relationship like with him?
Peyton was like the guy that he keeps it light, but when it's time, when he comes around and he doesn't say a lot, but when he does say something, everybody listens, and it's he's a true professional. So it's like everything that he does, you kind of want to pick up a little bit, learn from him. Everything he does, everything he says, and he's a true professional. That's the best thing you could possibly say about him.
So he was the daddy of the locker room.
Yeah.
And what do you think of those HGH allegations?
I think it's crap. I think that anytime somebody's accomplished something great, people are trying to drag them down. That's just the way people are these days. They suck.
So it was his wife. Okay. I read the stories. I don't really know all the details, but I had to ask. Did you ever get around to eating Tom Brady's children?
Okay, so there's a story behind that. That was not directed at Tom Brady. That was actually a whole different team. It was the Chargers. It was Phillip Rivers. We were going back and forth the whole game, and I said some things that I shouldn't have said probably, but I was pissed off, but TJ was misspoken when he said that about Tom Brady. That was not Tom Brady. So sorry, Tom, that for the misunderstanding.
Don't worry, Giselle. Derek doesn't want to eat your children. He wants to eat Phillip Rivers' kids.
I don't want to eat anyone's kids. It's just heat of the moment, Mike Tyson stuff.
So there was also a rumor that one of your teammates rubbed his balls on Tom Brady. Who was it?
I'm not ratting anybody out. You're not going to catch me ratting anybody out.
True story, though?
It's a true story, yeah, but I'm not going to rat anybody out.
Okay, that's good. You don't want to rat your teammates out. So after the Super Bowl, TMZ said you got a bottle smashed over your head in a club.
Yeah, I got the scar right here. Can you see it?
No.
You can't see it? It's almost gone. It's right in there.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
What happened and where were you?
All right, so I was on with my friend for her birthday. Mm-hmm. She actually dates an old teammate of mine.
Okay.
We've been friends for a long time. It was her birthday. I was with my buddy I was training with today, my other buddy from home, and then a bunch of girls. And we were out in Denver just having a good time. Stopped in at a random nightclub, and something told me not to walk in there. But as soon as I walked in there, I knew that trouble was coming. So I was like on guard, ready for something to go down. But I was surrounded by all these people, so I figured I was fine.
Why did you think shit was going to go down?
Because you just can tell when people start staring at you, and it's like the end of the night. Everybody's amped up on.
Oh, everyone's fucked up. They're excited you're there.
Yeah, everybody. And then people get jealous of that. You know what I mean? Because girls start looking and stuff like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I came walking in there with a bunch of. They were all friends of mine, so it wasn't like. You know what I mean? But the one guy started getting aggressive with the girl who is is a good friend of mine for years.
Right.
And she's like handling herself, but he's like being aggressive with her. And I told him to chill out, told him to stop. And he jumped up on the table and started puffing his chest at me. And next thing you know, I'm getting surrounded by all these dudes. My other buddy, he's a big dude who could have helped, was in the bathroom. They took my best friend and kicked him and had him to the ground, was kicking him and stuff. And that's when I got hit with the bottle. They started kicking him, and that's when you see me running in there. Because what am I supposed to do?
So the bottle didn't knock you out?
No, I got hit twice, yeah. Hit me in the head with it twice.
Who in their right mind would come after you? Like,
Well, that's
you're
why he
one
came up from
big
behind.
scare-
It was from behind. Like, I wasn't looking.
Oh, cheap shot.
Yeah, and there was like 7 or 8 dudes. It was just not good. And I ran in there and I didn't hit anybody. Like, it looks like I'm throwing punches, but I'm really just running in there pushing people and getting them off of this is my best friend. I'm supposed to let him get kicked. And then people want to talk about, oh, he's out fighting at the nightclub.
Yeah,
I'm like, my best friend is getting, like, I'm 26. If I can't go to a nightclub and hang out,
Right.
like, you have to worry about people fighting with you. Like, fine, I'll just stay home and I won't go anywhere. That's cool. Yeah.
And the headlines were like, Derek Wolfe
Throws
got in
vicious
the-
haymaker.
yeah.
Like, I'm this terrible person. Like, I was helping my best friend. That's my best friend. We weren't doing anything wrong. We were just minding our own business. We were in our own little group, minding our own business. We weren't bothering anybody, and
So what was the outcome of that?
nothing. Nothing. It was
Just TMZ getting
just
riled up.
TMZ getting, and TMZ didn't even put the whole. You know what? I don't got nothing to say to them.
Yeah. All right. Well,
If
at
they
least we got
if they want to make a living ruining people's lives and making people look bad, then good for them.
Yeah, and Barstool Sports got the exclusive. We got the real
That's
story.
the real story.
All right, well, Derek, thank you so much for letting us in the gym. This was cool. We haven't done anything but cribs, and it was cool getting to see you work out. And, you know, I got a nice little 5-pound workout in.
A little pump.
Yeah, a little pump, but you were awesome, so thanks so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Cool.